Ahoy! Welcome back to Adventure Senna. Today, exploring the northwestern Oregon coast near Astoria. Astoria is a stunning, idyllic city in its own right, and it deserves its own video. But today, I'm really just exploring the coast itself, checking out some beaches, and also looking at some interesting historic military locations. So, it is ass-to-ass traffic, but thankfully there's some nice views to keep you quite happy during the slow motion cruising. The sunny months can definitely bring high traffic to the area. Today, I wasn't really going to the places that the crowds were flocking to for the most part. I was actually here to check out a little slice of our military history on the coast. Today, my target was Fort Stevens as well as Fort Clatsop, all on this sort of huge peninsula on the very edge of Oregon's northwestern coast. Later on, we'll check out these old abandoned gun batteries. All of the areas we explored today are part of the Lewis and Clark National and State Historical Park, and we'll be starting at the Lewis and Clark Fort Clatsop Museum. Take the time to check out the signs and you'll find a little bit about the history of this place and how it was named after the natives. This museum experience is well worth the visit, and it's worth the price as well, at a great value of $10 admission. If you visit in the summertime, this place is really accessible for most folks. You can even get an area map that kind of warns you about what kind of surfaces you're going to encounter. They've even labeled the surfaces in Braille. I can't think of a more accessible area map. They really do want everyone to be able to enjoy this park. Around the museum grounds, you'll see the dedications for the people who created this place, and I have to say I'm very grateful to them. As you'll see, this place is very well worth the small amount of money it costs to enter. There are very helpful park rangers and museum staff throughout the grounds, but it's really a self-guided tour. I've always loved museums, especially dioramas. Just allows you to imagine a little slice of what it might have been like for the people living back in the day. Much of the museum is dedicated to the journey of Lewis and Clark along with their companion Sacagawea. You'll see a lot of historical information about that journey, which actually culminated and ended at this very location. The central attraction at Fort Clatsop is the barracks replica.
This is pretty cool. Feels like we just stepped back in time.
The enlisted men slept on one side of the barracks with the family and the captain on the other. Oh, the lighting might be pretty dim. Let's see. Fur pelts. It's only $10 to come into this place. I think it's incredibly well worth that money. This is Fort Clatsop. Wow, they really they handmade everything. These people are ridiculous. Very well made log cabins. Little fire pits where they would have cooked and heated up the room. Nice little cabins. These barracks were not really defensive in nature. There was no need to defend themselves from hostiles, as they often traded with the natives. Really, this was to protect them from the wildlife. It's really fun to get a glimpse back through time. A little view of maybe how our ancestors lived out here, pioneering the West. This would have been the storeroom where you would store everything that you need to survive. No refrigeration. Your options would be pretty limited to survive out here.
Certainly feels somewhere between a tourist trap and an actual step back in time. They've done a really good job for the most part, but there's a lot of little modern things hanging around that gives it away. Still, you have to admire the primitive work they put into a lot of this. Pretty fucking cool. Pretty incredible. It's a big cook tripod.
And next we travel back in time to the present, where we'll be exploring the Fort Stevens part of the park, including Battery Russell. There are a number of excellent things to do here, honestly. The South Jetty, the other batteries. There's also a shipwreck to check out, which you might see in a later video. Stay tuned for that. This historic area is excellent. Lots of hiking, beachcombing, swimming. You can camp, you can clam. It's a absolute adventure out here. So do check out the Fort Stevens Peninsula. And this brings us to our next location, Battery Russell. Built for service during World War II, this distinct battery is the only stateside installation to have seen enemy fire. It's really interesting to have seen the old historical Fort Clatsop and now getting to tour the more recent war batteries here. These bunkers are fascinating, and you can see little signs and hints of what the rooms were used for and how the people may have lived here. Here we see the empty sockets of gun emplacements that used to have massive artillery cannons. And this entire structure is actually the ammunition magazine for these cannons. You'll see holes throughout the facility, and down in those caverns you'll find tracks where they used to carry heavy ammunition.
There's no signs posted, so I'm just gonna go ahead and explore a bit. Wow. You don't really want to fall down there, do you, pup?
Any modern teenage kid will have fantasies of their favorite Call of Duty map. Honestly, this place is really cool to just visit and experience. It does feel a bit surreal being in this location. It's clearly a place built for war, but nowadays it's just a peaceful, abandoned bunker. Maybe it's a little spooky on the inside down below, but up here it's just lovely. Mozambique here. This is where the nest is. Absolutely worth a stop. It's fantastic taking this little peek back in time, imagining where they would have cooked and ate and slept during the war. Now, this fort actually has a trail that leads all the way down to Sunset Beach, and that's where we're heading next to finish out our day. It really is a wonderful day trip to the coast. You have everything that you need here. Great restaurants, interesting historical areas to visit, and you've got a lovely beach. It's like a scene from Mad Max. Koga gets the zoomies every time we're at the beach. Zoomies. Zoomies. The surf is roiled up. And I've just found where I'm gonna chill. There's 2 dope logs this way. Ahoy. Welcome to Sunset Beach. This is a mad scene, honestly. I wasn't expecting this. Came down to Sunset Beach and there's vehicles everywhere. It's like a very festive scene. Shitloads of people. We'd had a perfect day trip to the coast, exploring so many historical sites, getting to eat some good food, which I didn't record here, and also just chilling on the beach. Koga's favorite place in the world is in the sand, so we both had a great time here. For a quick 1 to 2 hour day trip from Portland metro area, Astoria and the Northwest Oregon coast is a lovely place to visit. Plenty of natural beauty, art, great food, and a lovely beach to enjoy. Thank you for watching Adventure Senna. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you enjoy our content.